When you picture the American Revolution, is it just wigs, battles, and old paintings? Let's shake that up. The real story is raw, messy, and deeply human, full of ambition, heartbreak, and wild dreams. These revolutionaries weren't just legends in waiting, they were inventors, poets, runaways, and even reluctant heroes. They fought for more than a nation. They fought for their lives, their legacies, and their own truths. So let's peel back the powdered wigs and meet the people behind the legends. Today you'll meet 10 revolutionary figures like you've never heard them before. Let's begin. They call me the father of this country, but I longed for the quiet of Mount Vernon more than the roar of battle. Beneath the stoic face was a farmer, a man who craved peace, not power. My leadership was learned, not born, shaped by hardship, duty, and the ache of missing home. I wore a mask of composure, hiding doubts and fears, while small joys like a Virginia reel reminded me what we fought for. Twice I gave up power, desperate to return to my fields and family. My heart was always at Mount Vernon waiting. Call me inventor, diplomat, printer, or rogue, curiosity was my true calling. The lightning rod, bifocals, even Poor Richard's wisdom, each invention was about making life better, not just clever. Knowledge should flow, electrifying minds, not gathering dust. In Paris I charmed and learned, using wit as my weapon and openness as my guide. I flew kites, charted currents, and built libraries. Not for fame, but for progress. The world is a grand experiment, and I was thrilled to spark a little change. From Monticello I wrote, "All men are created equal," yet my own hands held the chains of others. I believed in reason, invention, and the power of an educated citizenry. My gadgets and designs aimed for progress, but my life was a tangle of ideals and contradictions. I championed liberty, yet hundreds were enslaved on my land. My legacy is complex, a mix of soaring words and painful failings. The pursuit of happiness is unfinished, a melody each generation must play anew. Monticello stands as both aspiration and compromise. They called me his rotundity, but I stood for law and principle, not popularity. I defended British soldiers after the Boston Massacre because justice demands fairness, even for the despised. Abigail, my equal, reminded me to remember the ladies shaping my private council. I believed in a government of laws, not men, and made hard choices that cost me friends. The Alien and Sedition Acts, my greatest misstep, taught me that fear can threaten liberty. On July 4, 1826 I passed, thinking Jefferson survived, two rivals gone together. Our experiment endures if future generations defend it with vigilance and heart. May they cherish it and do better. I was Hamilton, an orphan from the Caribbean, writing my way into history. My ambition built America's financial backbone. Banks, credit, a strong central government. I fought for unity, not chaos, and wrote the Federalist Papers to win hearts and minds. As Treasury Secretary, I laid the foundation for a nation that could stand tall. But ambition breeds enemies. Politics turned personal and my own scandals haunted me. Burr and I met at dawn. Pride and principle led to tragedy. My shot was both my rise and my fall. May the nation outlast the men who shaped it. My midnight ride? It wasn't just me. Dawes, Prescott, and a whole network made it happen. I didn't shout from rooftops, we worked in secret, spreading the alarm. My fame as a silversmith made me a trusted messenger, but I was just one part of a bigger plan. The lanterns, the signals, the teamwork. History is built on collaboration, not lone heroes. Legends inspire, but the truth is messier and more powerful. I was a craftsman, a father, a revolutionary, one of many. Don't forget the others who rode beside me. Stolen from Africa named Phyllis Wheatley. I found freedom in words. Taught to read and write, I became a poet in a world that doubted my mind and my humanity. My verses spoke of faith, nature, and the irony of a land fighting for liberty while denying it to so many. Published in London, recognized by Washington, I proved talent knows no bounds. Freedom came, but struggle remained. My words endure, a whisper rising from the margins claiming a place in history. Even a single voice can inspire and challenge. At 19, I, Lafayette, left comfort behind to fight for American liberty. Washington became my mentor, America my second home. I bridged two worlds, securing France's crucial support and sharing in the hardships of war. My youth and passion helped unite nations for a common cause. I returned to France a hero, but my heart stayed with the American dream. Your revolution became my revolution. My name was Deborah Sampson, but I fought as Robert Shurtleff. Disguised as a man, I endured battle, wounds, and hardship to serve the cause of liberty. I extracted a musket ball from my own thigh to keep my secret. When discovered, compassion, not punishment, followed, and I received an honorable discharge. Later, I fought for the recognition and pension owed to soldiers. My story became a symbol of courage beyond gender. I didn't seek glory, just the right to serve. Courage knows no boundaries. Crispus Attucks, first to fall in Boston, a spark for revolution. A man of African and Native heritage, I stood with fellow workers against oppression. My death became a rallying cry, though freedom for people like me was still far off. There's irony in dying for a cause that would exclude me for generations, yet my sacrifice helped ignite the fight for liberty. I was more than a footnote. I was a man who valued freedom. Remember me as a symbol of the struggle for true inclusive liberty. My blood was a down payment on a promise yet to be fulfilled. 10 lives, 10 stories, real people, not statues, who shaped a revolution. Their struggles, contradictions, and dreams laid the groundwork for a nation still in progress. The American Revolution isn't over. It echoes in every debate about who we are. Their stories are mirrors, reflecting our own ambitions and flaws. The torch is ours now, to question, to build, to carry forward. 10 lives, 10 truths. Not legends, people. Who do you see yourself in? Drop a comment, like, share, and subscribe for more history, alive, personal, unforgettable.